Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. First off, if you are new here, I post a book review almost every day, so if that sounds interesting, stick around for good reading recommendations. Otherwise, let's dive in and talk about the book that I'm going to be reviewing today, and that is Volume 6 of Solo Leveling. So, as the fact that I'm on Volume 6 implies, I have read Volumes 1 through 5 in this series, and I have been loving it and enjoying it, and now I am on Volume 6. So, a brief overview. In the world of Solo Leveling, we have hunters who are people who are able to fight magical beasts that come out of these portals, and they have licenses, they're tested, they're ranked, they're put in guilds, and they can earn money doing this. We've been following the adventures of Jinwoo, who started out as a very low-ranked hunter who is hunting just to provide for his mom, who is sick, and his sister, who is in school. However, he had an encounter with something that's the system, and that is this mysterious outside the world thing, almost like a computer that seems to be controlling reality and now controlling Jinwoo. As if Jinwoo is a player in a video game, he needs to meet objectives, he needs to level up, he needs to gain XP, and there are rewards and consequences for doing things in this system. Jinwoo has no idea what has taken over his life or what is controlling this system. He just continues to follow the system's prompts because it just seems to be the easiest way to move along in life. Now, Jinwoo has leveled up and has gone from a very low rank and E rank hunter all the way up to an S rank hunter, which is not really supposed to happen. Occasionally, people will have a reawakening in which they will suddenly jump a power level in the hunter system, but they don't continuously get more powerful as they train. Your power level is more or less set. So he has been getting more and more powerful, which is unusual, and people have taken note. He's been officially evaluated as an S rank, which is at the very top, and he is one of the best of the best. In Volume 6, we really see the plot expanding beyond our main character, Jinwoo. So Jinwoo actually experiences a little bit of resolution in regard to his plot. He is able to make some, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's some resolution when it comes to his mom and his sister and his family life, which has really been a driving point, or it was at the very beginning, for why Jinwoo was even in this profession in the first place. His personal story has a little bit of resolution, but the plot has expanded beyond Jinwoo, and there's still some sticking points with him personally. I just feel like the author wanted to take this story into a broader direction than just like a family personal story, so he's kind of resolving the personal family. I could be wrong about this, but that's just my feeling about this. The plot has expanded, and we now have these ants, which were introduced in a previous volume, that have landed, I believe it was in Japan initially, and they are attacking people. So these are magical beasts that people need to stop, and there's a lot of concern about these because they're killing a lot of civilians before they can be stopped. They seem to have pinpointed where these are coming from. A queen and the countries of Korea, which is where Jinwoo lives, and Japan have decided to ally and put a show of strength forward with their best hunters from both nations in order to stop these ants from advancing. They'd want to kill it at the source, they want to take out the queen of this ant colony, and they want to stop civilians and people from being killed by these monsters. So Volume 6 is following these two nations as they ally themselves, and all the S rank and A rank hunters who are going to go on this mission and take out the ant queen. It's a lot of groundwork being laid for Volume 7, and there's a lot of big egos, a lot of people who are used to being the big person in the room who are now with everyone else who's the big person in the room, the big fish in the pond. So there's a lot of egos clashing and a lot of drama amongst the hunters going into this. The system is still intentionally withholding information from Jinwoo. He tries to continue to question people he finds in the world about this system that's giving him information and forcing him to do certain things, but the information is being very clear that the fact that it is now withholding information, instead of just being vague, it is saying when he's trying to listen to an answer, it might say confidential information, so he knows that it is withholding information from him, but he doesn't really know why or what for. Additionally, there was a very interesting part in this book that I feel like mirrored Jinwoo and some of the changes that he's made. When we started with Jinwoo, he was kind of a scraggly young man who was just trying to do the best for his sister and his mom, who was sick and in the hospital, and he's definitely grown and he's changed. And as his power has gotten stronger and stronger, his personality has also changed. There's a point in this book where the queen has decided to put forth, the queen of the ants has decided to put forth this like mega strong warrior, and a a mighty soldier to lead them, is how she says it. And there's this section where she's talking about her soldier, and she says, for my queendom, any enemy who stands in our way will tremble in fear. And then we start getting the thoughts of the very, very powerful creature from the queen's side. And it says, I want to get stronger. And then again, I want to get stronger. Then it has its little moment. And then eat, 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 grow stronger. Now, I'm not sure if this was supposed to be kind of a parallel to Jinwoo, but we kind of see this in a part where Jinwoo starts thinking, when he's watching his mom and his sister kind of have this moment of resolution in their personal life, that maybe he's gone too far and he can't go back. He's always seeking the next level. He's seeking the next amount of power, almost in parallel to this ant soldier, for lack of a better term, I don't know what to call it, which is trying to go stronger and stronger and stronger to protect his queen or to protect these other ants. Jinwoo's almost a parallel to this, in which the ant queen is clearly the bad guy who's thinking about how her soldier, or her soldier's thinking about how he needs to get better and better and better and better and better. But Jinwoo's also thinking about getting better and better and better and better and better. And where does it stop? And how far is too far? And when is Jinwoo going to be satisfied? When is the system going to be satisfied? So I thought that was an interesting parallel in the middle, where we were talking about the ant, but I feel like there were some parallels that could be drawn with Jinwoo in that section. And I'm interested in seeing how this continues into volume 7, and also how Jinwoo addresses those questions. And the system's also a point of mystery, and I'm interested in seeing where this goes. Now, I mentioned that I'm interested in volume 7, I want to see where it goes, but I think we might have to wait a little bit for volume 7. I did notice in the back that this book was copyrighted in 2023, and we're only a couple months into 2023, so this is a recent book, but it says it was first published in Korea in 2018, and the English translation was in 2023, which makes me think they're translating these from the Korean and releasing them into the English-speaking market. So I think I'm going to have to wait for the next book to be translated. I don't know if volume 7 is out yet. If it is, I don't think my library has it yet, but I think I might have to wait a little bit to go to volume 7. But once they get that translated, or if they do get it translated once it gets into my library system, I'm excited to read it because I want to see where this series goes. If you have any comments about the series thus far, I would love to hear it. I look forward to reading your comments and your suggestions if you have any suggestions in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.